Because we live in this upside down hellish world. This is nonsense once again. Right? This is like I hate these things. More than 150 law school deans want mandated bias trainings for law students. This is by the College Fix, and this is by Matt Lamb. Okay, let's read a little bit and let's talk about it. Numerous law school deans recently wrote to the American Bar Association urging the organization to require bias training for all of its law schools. Over 150 law schools deans sent a letter July 30th to the ABA, American Bar Association section of the Legal Education Admissions Bar, which oversees licensing. Okay, they argue that essentially that attorneys understand racial. Oh, goodness, 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 goodness. This is the quote here. Okay, look, let's just touch upon. Okay, so like, I don't know if it applies to all jobs. I know when teaching, before it begins, every day you have to attend this sexual harassment nonsense. So this is probably the exact same thing, except less damning, right? Usually these things, right? So what I've noticed, the females they kind of like, again, the proper word people say, it's accurate. Women tend to be scatterbrained. So during these harassment training, they play videos, right? Because these schools don't want to be sued, so they're forced to do these things. It's how effed up the American system is. So the females usually talk and play with the phones, while the men kind of sit there and just like wondering what WTF, right? Again, because men tend to be more attention focused. That's kind of right, like kind of it, and also they're less gossipy, right? But it's fascinating every single time, no matter what school I'm in, the exact same thing takes place, 100 for 100. Okay, so now this nonsensical. Why would you need to teach lawyers or future lawyers about cultural issues and racial? What does that have to do with anything? It just doesn't make sense. Like, you're a lawyer, you're just going to defend the guy. You don't care about his culture issues. Well, maybe you as defense, sure, but this should not be a part of law school. I'm sorry, it shouldn't. It's just again, it's more wrapping up the communist stuff, more. And the thing is, like, not only is race hustling, it's just a way to bleed more money off of people's pockets, because the university will be forced to pay for these things, and then they'll just ask the students to continue to pay more for school. It's just disgusting and nasty. This is why I wish nobody will go, like, stop going to college. Like, men don't go to college. Now again, I regret becoming a teacher. I wish I would have done like law, or even give it a stab at being a doctor. But no, like, again, I tell people out there, like, look, what held me back a lot of times was the memory stuff, and it didn't start improving until I changed the diet. Believe it or not, I used to eat a heavy carb diet. I was fooled in thinking meat was bad, fat was bad. You know, and it really screwed up my memory. I mean, it was really bad. You know. Anyway, this is nonsensical stuff, like I said. But I want to show you, like, okay, when I see this person, I see Christine Blasey Ford, right? I cannot be the only one, right? So it's kind of like you can tell. Once again, you can tell by just the way a person carries themselves, right? Who they are, what their belief systems are. Again, you can spot a soy boy from a mile away. Okay, just by the way they walk, by the way they talk, by the way they carry themselves, by the way they dress, this is an insane woman. Okay, whatever her gender is, she's an insane person, right? Okay, so that's all I want to touch upon, right? Just especially as a man, right? Men have certain natural gifts. Some people have the gift to read people. It's easy to read an insane person, an insane woman, an insane man, a guy who looks like he's just. You ever look at a guy and just know, wow, this dude just looks like a bad dude. Like, I mean, bad dude, and like, he's gonna rob you, man. He's gonna rob you. Same exact concept here, right? And a lot of times, people do have the answers. They just ignore it. deep down, people have the answers to most of their questions. Every little question: is she cheating on you? Right? Are you her first? You know these things. Are you her only? You know these things, okay? Just you ignore it. You know the truth, okay? This is why I wish people would people have lost the ability to they've been confused, I think. They know the truth, but they try to ignore it, either because they want to quote unquote believe in the better, or I must say society and education kind of corrupts them. There's a good reason why you see a bunch of black guys and you cross the street. There's a good reason. All right, I'll leave that here. I just wanted to touch upon this and just touch upon the college fix stuff. College fix actually have great articles. I gotta admit, they write really well. Again, it's easier to criticize. Like if I were to do this, I would struggle a bit because I'm kind of rusty. Again, I'm very rusty in my journalism writings, but I can write better than most people, I think, when I observe these things. But again, it's easier to criticize and harder to actually do or accomplish. Okay? Share, subscribe, thumbs up. Hope you enjoyed. Bye. Again, I'm on Parler, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Gab under the same name, Mark King, and you can find me there if you guys ever want to interact or anything like that. But again, I just post things and move on, and then go outside and perform some exercise or go to some national park. Hope I don't get jacked because they're trying to improve the 13% attendance, so it might be unsafe soon.